the electrical and electronics engineering. So just put in the chat box so that I can know, you can see this my syllabus copy. Okay, fine, thank you. First of all, happy Engineers Day to all of you. The student attendance is very less, so only 23 students have joined. I appeal to all the remaining students. So if the CR is appointed, so please convey my message on your group so that others can also take the benefit of this triple E lecture. Okay. So till then we will discuss this electrical and electronics engineering. We are interested for the electrical as well as the electronics part. And I hope Bhagat sir has taken these units in detail. Yes. So obviously these units are for your in-semester exam. So electronics part carries a weightage of, you can say, 30 marks, and 70 marks weightage will be for the electrical engineering. तुम्हाला प्रश्न पडला असेल की what is the purpose to study the electrical engineering, or what is the purpose to study the electronics engineering? But let me clear you that without electrical engineering or without electricity, no mechanical device or no mechanical machinery able to work. So electricity is a primary source to run or to perform the application of mechanical devices or mechanical machinery. Yes. So in the industry there is always need of mechanical engineer, but if that mechanical engineer has the knowledge of electrical engineering, so obviously that can be a advantageous thing for the company. Or if that mechanical engineer has a knowledge of electronics engineering, that is a plus point for the company. So I hope the company always looks for the better knowledgeable person. So in my opinion, electrical engineering is a base, and from that base, from that source, from that electricity, all the machineries can able to work. So I always say that in this regard, electrical and mechanical, so if we are going to compare, so electrical stands at 1 and mechanical stands at 0. Yes. So that is a score in between electrical and mechanical. Yes. So electrical is ahead and mechanical, obviously. We are interested for study of machines. So you can see in my diagram, in my PDF file. So we are interested for the DC machine. Yes. तुम्हाला बराच प्रश्न पडला असेल की सर इलेक्ट्रिकल बॅकग्राऊंडचे आहेत, आम्ही मेकॅनिकलचे आहोत, पण मी तुम्हाला मगाशी सांगितलं की इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर युअर मेकॅनिकल डिव्हाइसेस or mechanical machineries. Yes. Now what we are going to study, we are not going to study the theorems, we are not going to study the statements, but certainly we are going to study the machines, the motors. Might be you are familiar with your surrounding. So there are electrical equipments which run on AC as well as DC. Yes. So one can say that there is a difference between AC and DC. Obviously there is a difference. Yes. So DC machines or DC source is one requirement for DC machine, and obviously there is a AC source is available, and this AC source is used to run the induction motors. Yes. Now in the chat box you have to tell me what are the electrical equipments which need the AC power. So you have to say that AC electrical equipments which consumes the AC power. So in the chat box you have to place, or you can unmute yourself so that there can be a interaction between you and me. Yes. So I always believe the online session or the classroom session is interactive. So you have to put the electrical gadgets which requires the alternating current as a source. You are using a television, yes. You are using the fridge, yes. Yes, TV, refrigerator, television, electric, yes. So fan, yes, correct. So all these electrical equipments needs the AC power, but there are a few electrical equipments which needs the DC as a source. So can you tell me the equipments which need DC as a source? You can see you are around in your house also we are using a DC equipments. So tell me the equipments which uses a DC source. So whenever I'm going to say Tejas, or whenever you are going to say the motor, it should be specific: AC motor or DC motor. Obvious. Yes, cell phone is a correct answer. Mobile is correct answer. Laptop is also correct answer. Yes. So many of you are using the hair dryers. I guess the girls are using the hair dryers. So hair dryers requires DC supply. Yes. Again, the boys are using the shaving machine. So shaving machine also uses the DC source or DC power. Yes. So bulb. So whenever I'm going to say the bulb, it should be DC bulb. So then and then only it is under the category of DC equipments. Yes. So yes, I hope the difference is clear to you. Yes. Now there is a one question is going to arise. Then that company which supply the electrical power is producing AC or DC, because in your house you are using the AC electrical equipments, in your house you are using DC electrical equipment also. But from the MSCB, तुम्ही हा शब्द ऐकला असेल कदाचित, MSEB, yes, it is nothing but Maharashtra State Electricity Board. Yes. So Maharashtra State Electricity Board supply AC source or DC source in your house? AC source, correct. Tejas is correct. AC source. Then how the DC equipments is going to work in your house? We know that there is an equipment called as rectifier. Yes, might be in your basic electronics engineering, you read this component, or might be in your 11, 12, you also read the rectifier, the important component. What is the purpose of rectifier? It converts AC into DC. Yes. So whenever we are using, yes, Omkar, you are correct. Whenever we are using the mobile phone, whenever we are using the laptops, whenever we are using, you can say hair dryers, yes, all these equipments consisting of the rectifiers. Yes, obviously we need the AC source. Let's say 230-volt AC is supplied, and because of transformer, it is converted into 5-volt AC as per the requirement, and by using the rectifier, it is converted into 5-volt DC. That is a combination of transformer and rectifier. What's the purpose of transformer? To convert the voltage levels from 230-volt to 5-volt. I'm not going to go in the detail what is the voltage, what is a 230 to 5-volt. Yes, I hope you have studied this concept in the your basic electrical engineering or your 11th 12th science. Yes. So transformer is a device which converts the voltage level from 230 to 5-volt. Obviously it needs AC supply, but for conversion of AC to DC, it requires the rectifier. Yes, voice is not clear. Okay, just a minute. So let me make. So it is cracking or what? It is not clear means it is cracking or it is not. Volume is less. Cracking. Okay, just a minute. Yes. Now I'm audible, clear to you. I hope the voice is not cracking now. Yes. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Aditya. Yes. So our point of interest is what? We are interested for the rectifier. Yes, and the rectifier converts AC into DC. So in many exam, it will be asked for you people, which is a device which requires or which is used for conversion of AC into DC. The answer is rectifier. Yes. So you can see in this unit number 3 has a name DC machines, and obviously in the industries we are using the DC machines widely, which requires the DC source. So obviously MSCB supply the AC source, and in the industry or in the workshops there is rectifiers are there, and which converts AC into DC, and that DC is supplied to this DC machine. Obviously it is not 5-volt DC, it is 230-volt DC. Yes. So under this we will discuss the DC part. Obviously we will discuss the different types of motor for different types of application. Yes. After that we will discuss the AC motor, and the AC motor which we are going to study is 3-phase induction motor. Yes. So I hope की तुमच्या घरामध्ये पाण्याची मोटर असेल, और ज्यांच्याकडे शेती असेल, ज्यांच्याकडे फार्म असेल. So in that farm we are using the water pump. So this water pump is of the kind of 3-phase induction motor. वॉटर पंप ही एक सुद्धा मोटर असते, आणि त्याला परफेक्ट नाव आहे इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये 3-phase इंडक्शन मोटर, विच रिक्वायर्स द 3-phase पॉवर सप्लाय. येस. Obviously in our house we require a single phase power supply, and inside the industry, inside the farm, we need the 3-phase supply, because we have to run or we have to operate the 3-phase induction motors. So obviously 3-phase is related to AC. So we will discuss the types, the applications, the starters for running this motor, and the methods for controlling the speed. Yes. So this is DC, this is AC, but this is 3-phase. So it is a next level. Yes. After that, unit number 5 is an interesting unit. So that is a recent trend, electrical vehicle. Under that we will discuss the brief history, the components, benefits, types. So there are few types: hybrid, plug-in, fuel cell. There are subsystems, configurations we are going to see. We will see the impact of electric vehicle. So whenever I'm going to say EV, you have to keep in mind electrical vehicle is a long form. Yes. And we will discuss some interesting block diagrams. So this is unit number 5. And the last unit is related to storage devices. Obviously storage means we need the batteries for storing the electrical energy, and from the battery we can use n number of applications. So there are types of batteries. So in your mobile phone also there is one battery available. Can you give me the name of the battery which is available in your mobile? You are using that battery, you are using that mobile phone in your day-to-day life. Without mobile, not a single minute is possible to you and me also. Yes. So can you name the battery which is available in mobile? Yes, correct. Lithium ion. Yes. So we will discuss that lithium ion battery principle, application, their advantages, disadvantages. Yes. And we will discuss the electrical drives. So there is a drive called as BLDC, brushless DC motor. Yes, which is used for electrical vehicles. And we will discuss one important concept that is called the 3-phase induction motor drive for electrical vehicle. So you can understood by this, we require the DC motor to operate the electrical vehicle, and we require a 3-phase induction motor to operate the electrical vehicle. No doubt every system has its own advantages and disadvantages. So depending on the advantages, we have to choose the system. Yes. कदाचित तुम्हाला प्रश्न पडला असेल की इलेक्ट्रिकल व्हेकलचा ट्रेंड असल्यामुळे तुम्हाला हा ट्रिपल ई मध्ये सब्जेक्ट किंवा हा युनिट हा इंट्रोड्यूस केला गेला आहे. युअर लॉजिक इज करेक्ट. येस, बट लेट मी क्लिअर यू, इलेक्ट्रिकल व्हेकल इज नॉट अ रिसेंट टॉपिक. इट इज हॅपनिंग फ्रॉम द लास्ट फ्यू डिकेड्स. येस, जर तुम्ही थोडं इलेक्ट्रिकल व्हेकल बद्दल इंटरनेटवर सर्च केलं तर इन द इयर ऑफ 1832, or if I am correct, in the year of 1850, the first electric vehicle is introduced. So after all, there is a lot of changes inside the battery, inside the motors, inside the arrangement. Yes, and the electric vehicle which we are going to see today is a perfect, or you can say ideal one. Yes, so that is a tremendous, you can say the उत्क्रांती म्हणतो आपण त्याला मराठीमध्ये, शुद्ध मराठीमध्ये. Yes, and that revolution in the electrical vehicle is tremendous, and that has a lot of scope for mechanical engineering people. Yes, so that is a burning topic, and I hope it will help you for your jobs as well as for your career. Yes, so but before that we have to finish these two important units, that is related to DC machine and that is related to three-phase induction motor. Yes, so I hope you understood what is the syllabus, and we will stick only with the syllabus. We will not discuss any single point beyond your syllabus. So let me open my first third unit for you people, that is related to the DC machine. Just a minute. So I have not tell you my name. My name is Deepak Yaule, and I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Electrical Engineering. Yes. Before starting with the syllabus directly, we will discuss or revise basic electrical engineering. I hope many of you have given the basic electrical engineering theory paper, so they know the pain, they know the efforts for passing the basic electrical engineering they have taken. Yes, but let me guarantee you, after studying this triple E, there is no fear for you for basic electrical engineering or for triple E subject. Yes, it is an interesting subject, and you can score maximum marks in triple E subject. So you can ask your seniors from T mechanical or from B mechanical. I have already studied, I have already you can say taught them this subject, so you can take my feedback also from them. They will definitely give you the right feedback about me. Yes, so we will start with the prerequisite so that you will get the confidence for this subject. So this is the difference, which is a quite interesting difference for AC and DC. Many of you know, but in short time I will going to tell you what is the difference. For the DC, you have to keep in mind fixed voltage or fixed magnitude and in a fixed direction, that is called as a DC. But for the case of AC, there is a alternating magnitude also and alternating direction also. So this is the positive side and this is the negative side. Yes, so DC negative current is also available. So this is the difference between AC and DC. So we'll go ahead. We are interested for electric circuit and magnetic circuit difference. So obviously the difference will be asked for you in 7 to 8 marks in basic electrical engineering. But after clearing this difference, you can understood the important concept related to the machine. So what is the difference? EMF is used in electric circuit, whereas MMF is used in magnetic circuit. Current is there in electric circuit, whereas here is a flux is available. To oppose the current, there is a resistance is available. To oppose the flux, there is a reluctance is available. The conductivity means the ability to flow amount of electric current, or you can say 1 upon resistivity is called as conductivity. What is the permeability? You can say the reciprocal of reluctivity is called as permeability. Yes. The conductance is related to the conductor and it is the reciprocal of resistance. What is the permeance? It is a reciprocal of reluctance. You have to define the word as a current. So it is a voltage divided by resistance. Whereas if you are interested to define the flux, flux is nothing but MMF divided by reluctance. Here there is a resistivity and here there is a reluctivity. Yes. So I hope this difference is clear to you and you have studied many times in your basic electrical engineering. Yes. But I want to ask you one question because I feel the interaction should be there. Yes. So that can be a live class. Let me clear you. There is a difference between resistor and resistance. So many of you have heard this word before, resistor, and many of you have heard this word before, resistance. Is it, or you can say, is there any difference between these two words? Yes or no? If yes, then what is the difference? So Abhishek is saying resistance is complete. Other answer? Other answer apart from this? Resistor is a component. Okay. Now I am getting. And what about the resistance? What about the resistance? Is it same? Is it same or is it different? It is a property. Yes, correct. Abhishek, you are right. So let me see in the people section so that I can give you a perfect example. Resistance opposes the current. And what about the resistor? Let me opposes the flow of current resistance. Okay. Okay. So I can see the DP of Prithviraj Palante. Yes. So he's a handsome guy, I can say, from his DP. Yes. So if I'm going to say Prithviraj is handsome, so what does it mean? It means Prithviraj is a material or it is a component. Yes. So for the analogy purpose, I'm going to say I'm going to take the example of Prithviraj. So don't bother about Prithviraj. Okay. So Prithviraj is a, you can say, the material or it is a component. Yes. And being handsome is a property of Prithviraj by DP. By the display picture आहे त्याच्यावर मला असं वाटतंय की ते handsome असतील. Yes. So being handsome is a property of Prithviraj. Yes. Same way, resistor is a material or you can say component, and to oppose the current is property of resistor. Yes. So I hope this difference is clear to you and you have to use this difference throughout your life. Yes. So resistor is a material or it is a component, and to oppose the current is a property of resistor. Same way, we are using a capacitor and capacitance. Same way, we are using a inductor and inductance. Same way, conductor and conductance. So these are the pairs of material or component and the property which is shown by that particular material. Yes. So I hope other people have understood this difference. Yes. Now we will go ahead. What is the next point? Our next point interest is the DC generator. Our interest is what? We are interested to study the DC machine. But for the DC machine, we require a DC source, and you can say that the DC generators are responsible for generating the DC power. मी तुम्हाला मगाशी सांगितलं की there are two ways available to produce a DC source or DC power. Either you can use the rectifier to convert AC into DC, or either you can use directly the DC generators. So you can see over here, this is the picture of power plant. So in your mechanical engineering, there is a one subject, power plant engineering. I guess in the 4th year that subject is present. Yes, and you can see over here, these are the chimneys from where the smoke can take out. Yes, and this is the plant where the thermal energy is converted into electrical energy. So let me revise you the law of energy conservation. Energy cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed. It can be converted into one form into another form. जर तुम्ही तुमच्या फ्रेंड्स जे इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनियर असतील आणि जर तुम्ही त्यांना क्वेश्चन केलात की व्हॉट इज अ ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह और व्हॉट इज अ पर्पज ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनियर, आणि जर त्यांनी आन्सर दिलं तुम्हाला वी आर जनरेटिंग द इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी, द आन्सर इज रॉंग. येस, simply electrical engineers are converting one form of energy into another form. So thermal into electricity, solar into electricity, wind into electricity, tidal energy into electricity. So electrical engineer is only converting the things. Yes, it is not generating the things. So there are generators are available which generates a DC power. So I hope this picture is clear to you, and by this word you can remember DC generators are available for producing the DC source. We will go ahead. So this is the picture which represents input as a mechanical energy and output as a electrical energy. Yes, so here I have to put in the chat box. At the starting, screen is not visible. Just a minute. So feedback देत चला मला, so that I can know what is happening with you. Now is it visible? Okay, fine, thank you. So you can see over here, these are the generators and these are the chimneys which I have to explain you, and this is the power plant. Yes, after that, this picture is important to you. The input is a mechanical energy, and after electrical energy is output. So let me make you the point. As I already told you, electrical is a 1 and mechanical is also now 1. So that is a updated scoreboard for us. Yes, so both are equal. Initially we require the electricity for application of mechanical devices, but no doubt without mechanical energy, electrical energy cannot be produced. So electrical 1, mechanical 1. Yes, now we will go ahead. So you have to remember this energy conversion. Input is a mechanical energy and output is a electrical energy. Yes, so this is the great scientist Faraday who have invented the electricity. So we love him being as a father of electrical engineer. Yes, and what Faraday indicates, if you are taking one magnet, if you are taking one copper wire, and if you are doing one particular motion, then electricity can be generated. So this is the base of Faraday's law, or you can say Faraday's statement. Yes, we know that we have seen the difference between electric circuit and magnetic circuit. So मी जेवढं पण काही घेईल तेवढं सगळं इम्पॉर्टंट असेल आणि इंटरेस्टिंग असेल. So might be you have studied this Faraday effect. So if we are using a magnet, obviously magnet is available in two types. You can say the permanent magnet and the electromagnet. Permanent means what? Which is available in Mother Earth. That is called as the permanent magnet. And electromagnet means what? It is a temporary magnet. Yes, we have to flow the amount of electricity and we can make the magnet. That is called as the temporary magnet. If we are using a copper wire in between this magnet, and if we are making the motion, then one can say that the electricity can be generated. So this effect you have to remember throughout your life. What are the basic concepts? Voltage means it is responsible for movement of charge. The unit is volt. Current is responsible for charge for movement of electrons. So the unit is amperes. Resistance is, you can say, opposes the current which is available in ohm, and power is nothing but it is a product of voltage and current. Or you can say, if I'm going to replace with I square R, that is also called as the power. And what is the unit of power? Watt is a unit of power. So we'll go ahead. So first, law of electromagnetic induction, we are interested. So you can see over here, what is the statement of first law? Whenever the magnetic flux linked with the circuit changes, an EMF is always induced in it. Or you can say, whenever a conductor cuts magnetic flux, an EMF is induced in that conductor. Consider करा की हा एक गॅल्व्हॅनोमीटर आहे जो इंडिकेट करतो अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ व्होल्टेजला किंवा व्होल्टमीटर कन्सिडर करा तुम्ही सिंपल यू हॅव टू कन्सिडर दिस ॲज द कंडक्टर हा एक कंडक्टर आहे असं कन्सिडर करा अँड दिस नॉर्थ पोल अँड साऊथ पोल आर द परमनंट मॅग्नेट मी तुम्हाला मग सांगितलं की इफ वी आर युझिंग अ मॅग्नेट दिस इज अ मॅग्नेट if we are using a copper wire, so this black is nothing but the copper wire, and if we are doing one motion, so डावीकडून उजवीकडे or from left to right or from right to left, so that is a motion. One can say that because of this conductor cuts the flux. तुम्हाला माहिती असेल की because of this permanent magnet there is a possibility of magnetic flux available or lines of magnetic forces are available. Yes, and because of this the voltage is produced inside this voltmeter. Yes, so if someone asks you what is the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, you have to draw this diagram and you have to show the movement. Obviously in 2D you cannot show the movement, in 3D it is possible. And whenever there is a movement of magnet, one can say that the voltage is generated. The question is for you, मी डायग्राम मध्ये मॅग्नेट मूव्ह करतो आहे आणि कॉइल ही स्टेशनरी आहे, सो व्होल्टेज हे जनरेट होत आहे. टेक द अनदर केस, द मॅग्नेट इज फिक्स अँड कॉइल इज मूव्हिंग. डज द व्होल्टेज जनरेटेड? Yes or no? You have to put in the chat box. His question is clear to you? Let me repeat. In the diagram, you can see the permanent magnet is moving and conductor is stationary. Conductor is a stationary and magnet is moving. So there is a voltage generation. But take the another case. What is the case? Magnet is fixed and coil is moving. जर मी कॉइलला मूव्ह केलं आणि मॅग्नेटला फिक्स ठेवलं तर व्होल्टेज जनरेट होईल का, हा माझा क्वेश्चन आहे. सो पुट इन द चॅट बॉक्स येस ऑर नो. विवेक इज सेइंग येस. व्हॉट अबाउट अदर्स? Kaustubh is saying yes. Omkar saying yes. Ajinkya is saying yes. Yes. Rutvik is also saying yes. The answer is yes. There is a possibility of voltage generation in both the cases. Either you can fix the magnet and coil is rotating, or either you can fix the coil and magnet is rotating. In the both cases, electricity generation is possible. So that is our important point for the today's session. In the both the cases, electricity generation is possible. And with this effect, there are types of induced EMF. तो ईएमएफ तयार झाला ना, त्या मीटरवर तुम्हाला दिसला असेल जो ईएमएफ. आता ह्या व्हॅल्यू तुम्हाला दिसणार नाही इथे, पण जर तुम्ही रिअल एक्सपेरिमेंट केला, सो यू कॅन अंडरस्टूड देर इज सम अमाउंट ऑफ व्होल्टेज इज जनरेटेड ऍट दिस पॉइंट. येस, this EMF is of two types: statically induced EMF and dynamically induced EMF. Yes, you will see that point in detail, but let me show you the second law also. What is the second law? The magnitude of induced EMF, इथे जो EMF induced झाला तो कशाच्या proportional असतो बघा, is equal to rate of change of flux linkages. जेवढे फ्लक्सेस हे लिंक होतील त्यांचा रेट हा चेंज होईल, त्याच्याशी तो काय असेल, डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल असेल. येस, बट अकॉर्डिंग टू द फॅराडेज लॉ ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक इंडक्शन, द रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ फ्लक्स इज इक्वल टू इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ. सो फ्लक्स मीन्स व्हाट? इट इज रिलेटेड टू द चेंज ऑफ फ्लक्स लिंकेज इज इक्वल टू इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ. सो E is nothing but N times d phi by dt. We have to take the negative sign with the help of Lenz's law. We are not interested for this point. We are interested only for the second law. So I hope first law and second law is clear to you, and this is the basic of electrical engineering. If you can understood what is the first law and second law, whole electrical engineering is at your finger. Yes, so let put in the chat box if you understood or not, yes or no, so that I can get the feedback. Yes. So yes, okay. We will go ahead, and after this point we will stop. Okay. So at 12:30 you have another class. You are taking a lot of efforts. I appreciate that efforts, and believe me, energy cannot be wasted. It will going to convert. You are sparing your energy to study the interesting subjects of mechanical engineering, and believe me, it will surely get you good result. Yes. So what is the important part of Faraday law? EMF produced dynamically and EMF produced statically. मी तुम्हाला मगाशी क्वेश्चन विचारला होता की दोन केसेस, magnet is permanent, coil is rotating. Second case, coil is fixed and magnet is rotating. And based on this, there are two parts of Faraday's law. We will see first what is dynamically induced EMF. You can see over here, this is a stator magnet. Sorry. And this is, you can say, the rotor coils. Obviously, coil म्हटल्यावर त्या conducting असतील, and magnet, you can see over here, is a constant. Yes. So EMF induced if flux remains constant and conductor moves. That is called as a dynamically induced EMF. Yes. सिंपल जर लक्षात ठेवायचं असेल तुम्हाला, व्हॉट इज अ डायनॅमिकली इंड्युस्ड ईएमएफ? द पर्सन हू आय लव्ह मोस्ट इज MSD. Yes, I hope you have got the click of MSD. That is a famous cricketer, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who won the first World Cup for us and first T20 World Cup also for us. So you have to remember this name throughout your life, MSD. What is the meaning of MSD? For me, MSD means magnet is stationary, and it is called as dynamically induced EMF. Dynamically induced EMF. So I have taken this M for magnet, this S for stationary, and this D for dynamically induced EMF. You don't need to remember the another case. What is another case? Magnet is rotating. Yes, and that is called as a statically induced EMF. I hope this point is clear to you. You have to remember MSD, and I hope every engineer loves the Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Yes, so I have deep respect for him. Suddenly he has announces his retirement. Yes, but he will continue with us for the IPL. So surely you have to watch the IPL because you are at home, and you have to enjoy this IPL also. Yes, so this you have to remember, MSD. magnet is a stationary, and that is called as a dynamically induced EMF. What is the second point? It is a statically induced EMF. It means your magnetic field is rotating and conductor is stationary. Yes, and again there are two types of statically induced EMF: mutually induced and self induced. म्युच्युअल इंड्यूस मध्ये तुम्हाला कळत असेल की म्युच्युअल फ्रेंड्स फेसबुक वरचे, याचा अर्थ काय? मित्राचा मित्र. दॅट इज अवर म्युच्युअल फ्रेंड. येस, लेट्स से वी आर युजिंग अ डीसी सोर्स, we are using a switch, we are using a conducting wire, and we are using one solenoid structure like this. Same way we have to place one galvanometer, conducting wires and solenoid. What is going to happen whenever I'm going to place the switch S close? Amount of electricity current is going to flow from this. Obviously electricity is there, it produces the magnetic flux. These magnetic fluxes are linked with this mutual solenoid, and there is a possibility of voltage is produced at this galvanometer. तुम्हाला कळत असेल की व्होल्टेज हे कुठे फ्लो केला आपण? कॉइल ए मध्ये, बट वी कॅन सी द इफेक्ट ऍट कॉइल बी बिकॉज इट इज प्लेस्ड म्युच्युअली टुगेदर. दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ म्युच्युअली इंड्युस्ड EMF. What is the self-induced EMF? Self means all alone. We are using one source, we are using the switch, we are using a conducting wire, and it is wound on the solenoid. So whenever the switch is closed, amount of current is going to flow, it will produce the magnetic flux, and obviously these magnetic flux are there, so it will produce the induced EMF. This is called as a self-induced EMF. Let me give you the example of mutually induced EMF. Transformer is a best example for mutually induced EMF. There is a primary is available, so this is the primary, and this is the secondary is available. Yes, and for the self-induced EMF, the example is solenoid or a toroid. Yes, and what is the example of dynamically induced EMF? The answer is generator. So I hope you understood this today's point of our interest. Yes, so जर काही doubt असेल, or if you have any difficulty for understanding, then contact me. I am available in your WhatsApp group also. Yes, so my number is also available. So if you are facing any difficulty in EEE related to electrical part, you have to contact me. So आजचा पार्ट तुम्हाला कळाला असेल असं मला वाटतं. सो चॅटबॉक्स मध्ये मला एकदा सांगता फक्त की आजचा पार्ट